Hi guys, so this is another Iridology video and this is for Hater SDFU from Instagram. So by the way, nice name. um, so what do we see here? This is a brown eye, true brown eye, and the way we can tell is that there's no blue in it. We don't see blue anywhere in the eye. There is a strong, very definite skin ring around the iris, which is the dark, like outline you see around the iris. So that means your kidneys are not eliminating as well as they should. So basically the demand on the kidneys to eliminate is much greater than their capability to eliminate. And when that happens, it's got to go somewhere, so it can't go through the kidneys, it has to go through the skin. So that's why they say in iridology that skin is the third kidney. So you fix the kidneys, your skin problems, if you have any, will go away, okay? And I'm sure we'll see the kidneys and adrenal problems as we mark it. Now, regarding the adrenals, the way I can tell that there's adrenal problems is that you can see the nerve rings, which are the circular lines going around the iris. They're lighter color brown, and the light color brown, that's the true color of your eye, more or less. So they're a lot lighter than they are. So the dark spots, especially like these lines going in the eye, that's not good, okay? So you have to fix that. And if you go on the raw food diet, or as raw as you possibly can, and as much fruits as you possibly can handle, you should see quite a bit of an improvement, okay? So now let's talk more about the radii solaris, which is those lines going from the pupil out, like spokes in the wheel type of idea. So wherever they go through an organ, and we will map it to see exactly which organs they go through, that means that organ is not, that it has a weakness, basically. And as you switch your diet, you will see an improvement. The lines go from the center of the pupil, meaning right around the pupil, that's a stomach and bowel area. First it goes a stomach area and then the bowel. Again, you can see it when we map it. But basically, you clean up your stomach and your bowels, all your problems are going to go away. Okay, so it starts there and then it goes everywhere else. So, and the way you clean up your stomach and your bowels is to reduce stuff that's toxic that your body doesn't know what to do with, which is basically all of our, foods that we're used to from our regular diet. So you want to eat clean. If you want to kind of really, take it up a notch, you want to do at least 2 servings of fruit a day, and do it like a mono diet where you do only 1 fruit at each sitting so your body can digest it better. And the rest of the day, I mean, if you could go all fruit, go all fruit, but the rest of the day at least try to do 2 fruit, and then not so bad the other times, right? And again, eliminate dairy, eliminate meat in all of its forms, okay? Now, what else I see is that most of these radii solaris, they're bad in some areas on the bottom part of the iris, but they're mostly bad at the top of the iris. So, yeah, that part is the brain part. So you might be experiencing symptoms of that, such as maybe headache, maybe tiredness, maybe irritability, maybe anxiety. It can go different for anybody, but you should be experiencing some of those symptoms at least a little bit. And again, the way we get rid of it is, see, these lines, they go from the pupil through the colon into the brain. So we need to cut out the source, which is where they start, which is at the colon, right? That's the first part you see. So you want to cut it off from there, and then the rest of them kind of will just dissipate if you do that. And again, the only trick to it is you need to eat better. Ideally, you don't want to see that line that goes with the colon line, basically, where the stomach and the colon end, right next to the pupil, the circular line that's going around the pupil. You can only see it really on the one side, but it goes all the way around. There shouldn't be a separation like that. So it should be a smooth eye all the way through with a uniform color. So any kind of deviation from that standard is not good. I mean, I've seen a lot worse. I think my eye was even a lot worse. So it's not like this is a bad situation, but it is a situation that needs fixing, okay? And at the end of this video, I'm going to say some of the things that you can do to kind of work on some of those areas. Okay, so now let's map it out and see what organs specifically are affected. So the most prominent one here that I see is, of course, the brain. You can see there's a lot of lines going to the brain. So what I would say is, you want to make sure you work as hard as possible on eliminating all the mucus from the brain, so moving the lymph. And the way I suggest you do that would be to do a lymphatic massage. You can find it on YouTube. I will leave a link to the one I use. Maybe I'll do a demo of it too at some point. But anyways, I'll leave the link to the one I use from YouTube, and you can see how the practitioner does it, and then you can do it. It's a self massage, so you can do it yourself. Um, yeah, so basically you want to drain everything from your head down as much as possible. Now, we can also see that your kidneys are affected, and I also see that it could be possibly that the adrenals are affected as well, because the line is right next to it, and I think that's what it's representing. Um, so the way what you do with the kidneys is you want to make sure that you're not doing a lot of stressful situations to your body. Okay, so what I mean is drinking coffee, exercising too much, being in a stressful environment at work, at home, whatever. You want to kind of minimize that. So the amount of stress is very, very little. Okay, I know that's not always, real possibility, but as much as possible you want to do that, because you already have those nerve rings in the eye, and you do have to get rid of those. And if your body is in a state of stress and panic, then your body becomes acidic. So, and we want your body to be alkaline, so you're detoxing. You can't detox if you're so acidic. Okay, so reduce all the stress, and yes, exercise as well. If you're exercising heavily, you want to stop that. I'm not sure if that's the case with you or not. If it's the stress that's the problem for you, then reduce the stress as much as you can. And that means just like kind of not doing more than you can handle, not taking on extra projects, not starting fights with anybody, not just kind of letting things be, and being easy about things, because that really helps to reduce your reaction and then reduce your stress, right? If that's the case. I'm not sure if it is. But you just got to examine where they're coming from, because those nerve rings are coming from somewhere. And like I said, the brain kind of is the main thing for you. So I would work on that and then go from there. Thank you for sending me the photo. If you want, you can send me a photo again in a month or so, and then we can see how your improvements are and what you've been doing and all this kind of stuff. So thank you for listening, and I'll see you in the next video.